misinformation, and I think the lack of information that people have. And it has been kind of proven tonight because the creative district is not expanded to Wonderland, Mr. Rotundo.
Point of information, more importantly, I didn't yield the floor. Second of all, this is from the City of Revere website. This is the actual PDF that's there. This says exactly what it says. Creative District.
That's absolutely incorrect,
Well,
Mr. Rotundo.
that's what it is. I mean, this is it. This is from your website. So that's wrong? This is incorrect.
The creative district is not
Then you need to
expanded
fix the website.
Wonderland. And I don't know what you're looking at. I know we can Google all we want, and
This
we
is from
can
the
sit
city
on our
website. It's
computers
not
and talk
Googling.
about what we think we know.
It's not
The
Googling. It's
fact
from the
is-
city website.
The fact is that misinformation has
Again,
been the reason
this is
why.
from-
Mr.
there are so
Chairman,
many
the mayor
people
has the
who
floor.
are
Let's one
upset.
speaker at
point of
a
order.
time.
I never yielded the floor, number one. Number
Well, he
two,
came up
Rule
for point of
29 is in
information.
order here.
Right?
Rule 29 is in order.
I understand that. He had a point of information, and as the mayor of the
I don't
city,
yield for that point of information as I hold the seat.
when
Do
you
you
hold the
understand
seat, but he's
parliamentary
the
procedure,
executive of the city.
With all due respect,
All right, you get
you've
two
got
more.
an agenda, do it.
George, you get 2 more minutes. Wrap it up, okay?
Very simply, I moved off the city's website.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Doesn't matter.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I pulled off the city website this particular thing, and it says Revere Beach Creative District. Now, either the website is wrong, or what they did here from the Massachusetts Cultural Council and Cultural District Initiative application is wrong. But this is what it says right here. And that's as plain as it can be.
But we're talking about the moratorium that you
Right, and the reason for the
requested.
moratorium is that people don't understand what type of development we're doing in this city, where we're headed, what our master plan is. You couldn't even tell me what type of district was before us. And you're the chairman of zoning.
You want to speak? Yeah. Give him 30 seconds more.
I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you, Councilor.
Thank you, Councilor Hess. I did sit down with the mayor and Omar about 6 months ago and did see a plan for the creative district, which I was very impressed about. It was Revere Beach and Ocean Ave, Revere Beach taking on a replica of the old Revere Beach with signage and some gingerbread and some parks and cafes, and it was wonderful. And then in the back of Ocean Ave was going to be a walkway with lights, and I was very impressed. But I do agree with you, Councilor Rotundo. I do think that we need to have a creative approach to the development in Revere. And, maybe we should take a breath and just, because I know talking to Mayor Arrigo, when he first got elected, he didn't want to see buildings, parcels. He wanted everything to be related. He wanted a creative approach. And it just seems like that's kind of happening. We have, parcel going down into Mings, that's 60 units. We have a parcel going down into Bennington Street, which is 36 units. There's going to be, buildings on Ocean Ave, which might relate to the beach and the creative thought process that you had. But, I think we need to look at everything and have some sort of an agenda on creativity or, to go forward. Thank you.
Thanks, Councilor. Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I hope I can speak without interruption. In terms of what was spoken about earlier tonight, and a councilor had mentioned misinformation, and the fact that this is what plays into, I think, the fear that some people have about development. And the fact is that there have been people on this board who have continuously spread misinformation, whether it be that the Shaw's Site Hotel was going to be a 2-star quality inn, whether it was that the slot parlor that was brought before the entire Commonwealth was going to be a good thing for the city, or whether it's people have had been supportive of a moratorium. The fact is, last year there was discussion about moratorium. And Councilor Rotundo, if you remember, I can pull up the YouTube video, maybe you can Google it yourself. I spoke against it because the fact is that we have opportunities for development that now, regionally, people know about and people care about, and they know that we've moved past the casino issue. And to continuously have to hear misinformation about many different subjects. It could be a public health office that we open up on Revere Street that people say that is a methadone clinic. It could be a slot parlor with people who have no right doing business in the city of Revere that folks on this council want to support. The fact is that we have an incredible opportunity. We have incredible potential. You're all here and you all put your time in to be on the council because you believe in the city and you believe in the opportunities that we have. You believe in the potential that we have. Councilor Patch mentioned the fact that we do have a system already set up. And that system hasn't been perfect in terms of special permits and ZBA and site plan review. And the fact is, even with site plan review, one thing that I've heard from people is that they don't know about meetings. And we've changed that so that it's now subject to open meeting law. It's always been subject to open meeting law, but we're actually making our site plan review have a schedule and have a calendar of items and make sure that they're publicly posted so that nobody's caught off guard in terms of what is coming up before the city with potential development. But the fact is, I mean, I stand here today on a day where the Boston Globe had a front page article about a 35-acre piece of property in our city and the opportunities that are now there that we've all known about. And the fact is, and I'll let Bob speak to this a little bit, but the signal that this would send would be damaging. And we have the ability to say no to bad ideas. I think we've proved that with the slot parlor, which in my opinion was a terrible idea. And Councilor Rotundo, you're nodding, but I know for a fact that you were supportive of it. So I don't know why you're nodding in agreement with me,
Chairman, with
because
all
you
due
never stood up
respect,
and said you were against the slot parlor.
Actually, I was against the slot parlors. I said that here.
Both ways.
I was against you breaking someone's First Amendment, Fifth Amendment, 14th Amendment right.
Another spread of misinformation and lies. I spent $1 million on that,
I'm not going
correct?
to debate you,
I spent
Mr.
$1
Mayor.
million on that lawsuit.
You wish.
Okay. Counselor, get your facts straight. Get your facts straight. Use that computer to get your facts straight.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Mayor, you were done? Yeah, okay. Tony Zambuto, Councilor?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.